Do you like cabaret? Do you like queer people? Do you like sitting alone on your couch drinking during lockdown? Watching stuff on your laptop? Me too. And you've come to the right place. Welcome to Queer Theory! I literally just cracked my knee as I did that. Quite small. Hi everybody, welcome to Queer Theory, live from my couch. I wish I could see you all physically, touch you, smell you, taste you, but we can't because we're in lockdown. But that doesn't mean that queer performance can't happen. So with the use of modern magic, which is technology, we can stream that directly to you. So my name's Craig Manson. I'm going to be your host for this evening from my couch, and I don't know if you can see my outfit and this body angle. I'm basically wearing what I wore to Queer Theory the last time that I hosted it, which was kind of wanting to be like a weird Sam Smith backup dancer. So who knows what will happen tonight as I drink more of this. So we've got loads of really exciting things for you to bear witness to. We've got music, we've got drag, we've got spoken word, we've got comedy, and you've got the lovely me. So a couple of things. First of all, you will have noticed, some of you all have already, we have a chat box. It's right there. It will be to your right. So chat away, get in touch, you know. I'm literally standing by. There's nothing else I have to do apart from just sit on my couch and drink wine and enjoy all of your lovely comments. So yeah, comment away. I really wanted to kind of create some performance moments for you all tonight. But I spent the whole day trying to think of things that I could do, and I literally couldn't think of fuck all. So I am bone dry inspiration-wise. So I thought it could be fun for you to tell me what you want to see. So, you know, get in touch, leave some comments. Tell me, what would you like Craig Manson to see? You've got Craig Manson live for you tonight for one night only. And I'll do anything. I won't do anything. If it's a good idea, I'll do it. So, yeah, get in touch. And I'll chat to you throughout the evening. Another thing is that we actually have a PayPal set up for you to leave some donations. And that will appear right here, I think, magically. I'm not sure. It just appeared there now. Right, great. So if you click on that link, whenever I mention it, you can donate some money, and that money will get split amongst all of the performers. Look, it's right there. Right there. Yeah, that money will get split between all the performers and myself. You know, because we're doing some really hard work tonight. So, yeah. So without further ado, let's crack on with the performances. Before we do that, just as a little, you know, bit of preparation, I guess, for one of the acts later on, which is going to be very exciting, I'd like you to make sure that you have a banana. I have a banana. You should have a banana. So if you can get a banana, fresh or frozen, doesn't really matter as long as it's a banana. Not banana bread. I see all of the gay people there who've been baking banana bread the whole fucking quarantine. Not banana bread, just a fresh banana, which you should have in strong supply. So at some point, go and get a banana. Express yourself, enjoy yourself. So, first up, we have some comedy from Eve Jeffrey. And just a little content warning for this first act. It contains mentions of violence. So if you're maybe feeling a little bit sensitive, you might want to tune out and go and get that banana. But other than that, make sure that you donate money. Make sure that you comment and chat to me, and I'll chat back. And make sure, did I say get a banana? Whatever. Anyway, here we go. First act of the evening. I hope you enjoy. Give a big round of applause, virtual applause, for Eve Jeffrey. Woo!
Hi. to do some poetry for you now. My first one is based on my solitary activity in the flat. So there's a lot of things I like to do by myself, and one of them is going on Tinder. It's kind of a bit of a redundant exercise in these times, isn't it? Because it's like, never going to meet you, never going to meet you, never going to meet you. But it got me thinking, what if the coronavirus had a Tinder profile? So this is my poem. It's called Coronavirus's Tinder Profile. And it goes like this. Calling all loners, I'm Corona. I'm sweet, dark and petite, very discreet. I will make you hot. Take me back to yours. We'll spend weeks or more in bed. I spread easily. I'm no tease. Some say I'm easy, but my love is in the air. In the breeze from a sneeze. Oh, darling, have me. I'll be pleased to meet all your friends and take them with ease. Now, when I say petite, I mean small. I'm only 0.2 microns tall. And, my dears, I look like Shrek, but maybe just like lots of his ears in a ball. So how about it? Spiked your interest at all? Or we could just do red wine and bants. Okay, so that was Coronavirus's Tinder profile. And now we're going to move to the bathroom. Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything disgusting, but it's the kind of interlude poem. I'll explain when I get there. So follow me into the bathroom. Hi, and welcome to my bathroom. I'm actually sitting on the toilet right now, but don't worry, the lid's down. I'm not defecating. The sharp-eyed amongst you may have noticed the reflection of my green stepladder in the mirror. I've been putting something in the attic. Yeah. Anyway, this is a gender-neutral bathroom. Yeah. Like everybody else's bloody bathroom. What's the issue? I don't know. And I suppose on that, I thought I'd have a break from the coronavirus poetry and talk about some trans issues, particularly questions I was asked when I went through my transition. So this one's called A Simple Question, and it goes like this. I like to think I'm fairly smart, on the left, and deft in the art of conversation. That is to say, on any given day, I have a way to ask a question. There's always a danger with a stranger that small talk isn't canny. So always remember, a girl wants to be asked, have you got a fanny? If that seems shy, you could always try a different tack, dial it back, ask what she does in the sack. You won't get any flack for a simple question. Feel free to peruse which lures she might use. After all, where she poos is just a simple question. Is she gay? Ask away. Feel free to forget that you've only just met. And if she's upset, it's your right to know if her tits are real or if her pussy gets wet. Of course, it's obscene and no doubt mean to ask these in quick succession. But part of me wonders if we couldn't wise the fuck up. And that's a simple question. Thank you. And for your, well, I suppose my final poem tonight, it will be in the bedroom. Yeah. You're looking forward to it. So recharge your glasses and I'll see you in there. Welcome to my bedroom, my inner sanctum, and it's time for my final poem. Now this one is loosely based on a routine that Larry Miller did in the 1980s. Now, it was called the 5 Levels of Drinking, and basically him and his friends go out and they go through the 5 levels of drinking, and in the end they all say, oh, wish we hadn't got so drunk and things. I mean, that précis not very good, I accept that, but it's funny. But I thought I'd adopt Miller's structure there. And remember, it's not plagiarism, it's postmodernism, okay? It's delightfully meta. I'm riffing playfully on Miller's routine here. And I'd also say mine's better because 1, it rhymes, and 2, it's just better, okay? Right, let's get started. Mine's called The 5 Stages of Quarantine. Stage 1. It's the first day, and you kind of think, well, hey! If I play this the right way, I can better myself, learn the guitar, maybe French, dig out that old workout bench, build a matchstick model, and finally get round to writing that novel. I mean, who needs the pub anyway? Strangely, this could be good for me. I will become my best self in every way. Stage 2. 4 days have passed and you've mainly been sitting on your arse. But you give yourself a pass because, hey, I just need to adjust. There's no need to do everything at once. And who says an unacceptable lunch is a 12-pack of Monster Munch? I need to learn to love myself. Does all that wanking count? Right, the place is a hovel. I've written 1 line of my novel, and as for my matchstick model, well, right now it's a very good representation of a box of matches. Sod this. I'll bounce back. Attack the washing up. Jesus, there's vodka in my coffee cup. It's a slip, a blip. I'll get back on track. Now, where's my guitar? Stage 3. 10 days now, and your morning activity has basically been watching a video of a cat making friends with a cow over and over again. Eyes glazed, you have phrases you repeat to defeat the day's complete tedium. Is it too early for wine? What day is it? Who gives a fuck? I must not text my ex. I must not text my ex. Stage 4. 15 days a recluse, and you finally found a use for that box of matches. Yeah, you've taken up smoking again. And then, scrolling through Netflix to pick a flick that looks the least shit, you click on Facebook, and it makes you sick as all your friends are making bread, when the closest you've come to the baking process is the yeast infection in your 6-day-old pants. Your guitar's broken, but you don't give a damn, because the sound hole makes a stand for your tenant's can. Who says I'm not being creative? And hey, someone on Facebook's declared it Wine Day. Oh, fuck, you're out of luck. Where did all that wine go? And the only thing left is that bottle of repulsive liqueur from 2 Christmases ago. Oh well, here goes. And at stage 4, you know you're going to text your ex. Because in the liqueur session, you're under the impression that you're some kind of hero, a displaced lover in the Spanish Civil War. Nobly, you are reaching out to your sweetheart, who no doubt is lonely too, and only a text from you can cross the great divide. Darkness. Stage 5. 6 days after the liqueur disgrace, and the smell of sick still hangs in the place, and your ex's response to your text still stings. I'd rather date the rabid bat that started this whole thing. You are alone. Everything's lost. You didn't learn French. Your furniture's bust. Your hair has turned Wookiee. There are crisps in the bath. Everything has gone. But still, you gotta laugh. Because you're at rock bottom, the lowest of low. And so, things can only get better, you know. You're alive. You're a fighter. You just don't quit. Things can't get any worse. Oh, shit.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Eve. Jeffrey, everyone give a huge virtual round of applause. And please accept my sincerest apologies for the fact that Daniel clicked the wrong video. So at this point, Eve would have been going to the living room. And at that point, we would have been getting bananas. We would have been chatting, you know, and then Eve would maybe return someday. I don't know. But I've just...
I'm sorry.
Completely under the bus. And yeah, he's sorry. And but... No worries. I'm gonna have the liqueur from 2 Christmases ago, and it's still tasting pretty fresh, weirdly enough. So, has everyone got their bananas? That's what I'm wanting to know. I know that some of you've got your bananas, and I think I've had one performance suggestion so far, which is to play Fluffy Bunny with myself, which I can endeavour to do with anything that I can find around that I can put in my mouth. And Lord knows I can put a lot of things in my mouth. But moving on from that, let's move on to our next act of the evening. Personally, right now, I think if there was any place that I would love to be, it would be Beige Nation. Beige Nation is the beigest of the beige. And of course, who lives in Beige Nation? It's Beige Bitch, everybody. So please give another huge virtual round of applause to Beige Bitch! Woo!
Des parfums, l'homme.
Lum. I just want to take this minute to say shout out to Lum. Lum has been making custom hand sanitizers. Hand sanitizer just as a precaution for everybody in the Beige Nation. Shout out to you, Lum. Thank you so much. Oh, I like that tune. Oh, is that for me? Where is it? Oh, here we have. This is from Lom. Oh, I think it is. Oh, hello. Oh, hello.
Des parfums, l'homme.
Put the camera gone. I'm sorry, folks. I got a little lost there because, believe it or not, I'm not used to seeing myself all the time. There's a monitor there, and I'm just watching myself all the time. Anyway, so guys, I know that just about all of y'all have this in your freezer. Now, if you're cushy and privileged and lucky enough to have loads of bananas in your freezer, get one out. This is a home remedy from the Beige Nation to you. Okay, right. So, what you're going to do is you're going to get your banana. Okay? Oh, I'm standing on some, crunchy. Standing on some popcorn. You're gonna get your banana. Now this one's for everyone. Okay, this one's for everyone. You put it in the small of your back. Okay? That's right there. And then we're just gonna squat. Now, the plan is to never let it drop once. Okay, and you or your family member can count. Y'all can count how many times it drops so that you don't drop it more. Okay? And squat. Squat. We got any tunes there, Barbs? Oh! Get those glutes caramelized. Oh. Oh! Oh my God, I'm burning. Oh my God, it's burning. Oh! Yeah, you gotta keep moving while you're on the couch. While you watch TV shows, make sure you find ways to, you know, get ready for summer because this virus is not gonna take away our 2027. Oh, okay, ready? And keep going. Oh, I'm gonna do the other butt cheek. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Hey. Yeah. Oh, fucking hell, man. That's actually pretty hard. Woo. Okay.
Bitch, sit down.
Oh, okay. Sit down. Be humble, bitch. Sit down. Be humble. Oh, shit. Did anyone see that? Nude. Nudeam. Mom, grandmother, ancestor. I think of you as the air hangs heavy and sour, inked in your permanent absence. Your permanent absence, a painful and beautiful reminder of your existence, living in mine. My life was like a desert. I wish I could remember how it was to have my hair parted, how it was to have my hair parted. From the bridge of my nose to the crown of my head, I wish I remembered you braiding my crown. To sit between your black oiled thighs and sigh and flinch and sigh and flinch. Oiled short back hair, inflections of care, murmurings of healing, murmurings of healing. Unguided, the loss of your touch, your absence infects both my waking and unconscious mind. Your absence infects both my waking and unconscious mind. My every body seems to falter. My life is like a desert. As I near my coming of age without the ability to trace your fingertips or the movements of your lips, as you once spoke to me in your tongue, for my tongue is a dumb tongue, a foreign one, discourses on the logic of language. M. Norn C. Philip, you spoke to my soul, to be in this body without being able to tell its story, to have a story in a body that seems out of place, but out of place is not for a body to be. It is for the projection of the gazers to feel out of place. What you perceive, and therefore gaslight my existence, is out of place. Oh, my life is like a desert. Fantasies, fantasies, fantasies. You know, while we're talking about food, that's really seems to be, that's what, you know, they've been saying, food is really like the addiction everyone's dealing with. And I can't even believe I'm finding myself saying this, but I'm missing caramels. I'm actually missing caramels. I'm actually missing caramels, you know, because of all of this border stuff, you know, border control and border constrictions. There's no caramels coming through to us at the Beige Nation. Can you believe it? So just imagine I have a bowl of caramels here, okay? And I've got like 5 in my mouth, and I'm just putting more and more into my mouth, just more into my mouth. And then I look and I see you, and I see you want it too, don't you? You want some caramel? I got you. I'll give you some caramel. You get a caramel, you get a caramel, you get a caramel. Shout out to you, Oprah. Oh, sorry. And then I see I see someone there. And they look a bit sad. They were like, oh, I thought I was going to catch one. I thought she was going to throw it to me. Don't worry, I got you. I can see you. So, you get a caramel, you get a caramel, you get a caramel. Okay, and now we all open our caramel. Now, never mind, I got like 10, 15 now. We open and we eat it together. And then I say, when you're really, really, really beige, people just look at you because of your color. And when they look at you and they see your color, just because they see your color, their mouths start to foam like wild horses. And their eyes start to swirl like caramel.
Left alone.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Nearly there. Barely there. Left alone. Desired. Deserted. Desert. Dessert. Beige, the luxury and its dust. Just off.
Thank you, Emma Hegner. And here we are. I just puked out all that caramel. I just got rid of all of those random projections. Out of my system. Out. And away. I need a drink. I really, really need a drink right now. I'm just gonna have to do with this tea. Oh, please send me some alcohol, guys. Really, I could really do with some Amarula or, you know, fuck Baileys, because they lift us dry. Make sure to help out your neighbors and, you know, keep eating those vegetables. You're in a good place, okay? If you are, if you're not, make sure to help the people that are not. Do not ignore your neighbors. If you hear anyone screaming, they might be in fucking danger. So don't ignore it, okay? Right, so do something new. Learn how to cook something new. I don't know. Stay safe. Stay hydrated.
Hello? Hi, how are you doing? Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm just hosting this Queer Theory thing. Yeah, no, that's tonight. Yeah. Fucking shut the fuck up, you know. Yeah, no, I mean, I think oh shit, I think I'm live right now, actually. Can I phone you back? Okay, cool, okay. Alright, yeah. Okay, alright, love. Alright, see ya. Bye-bye. Give a big round of applause for Beige Bitch! Woo, 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 woo! I think this banana fell off me about 7 times, so... But I got a good phone conversation with it, so, you know. How's everybody doing? Everyone good? I'm seeing quite a few comments in the comment box. I love it. Keep showing your support. I love it. And also, this would be a good point to remind you of the PayPal that you can donate to. If you donate to that PayPal, whatever amount you can afford, you will be helping ensure that all of the artists and the host of this night are going to be paid something. You know, it'll all be shared equally. We understand that, you know, finances are a bit of a touchy subject just now, but, you know, so's being a freelance artist. So, moving on quite swiftly. Has anyone ever been to Cornwall? Cornwall? No? I've never been either. But I do know one person who's been to Cornwall, and that's Ross Wiley. And he's going to be reading an extract from one of his latest plays called, funnily enough, Cornwall. Amazing. So, everyone give a big virtual round of applause to Ross Wiley! Woo, 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 woo.
I love first dates. The TV show, not the activity. An actual first date, well, that's a different kettle of... I mean, it's not like I've got a lot to go on. Also, I'm not one of those people who can say, barely been in any dates, everything just always seems to fall magically into place. Fuck off. It's always a bit of a lie, the first date. It's a lot of things, isn't it? It's anxious anticipation and trying not to touch your face too much, way too aware of where your limbs land, like somebody's exploded you and put you back together wrong. Takes preparation, got to know your names and dates and keep everything swimming in your head. See, the thing is, everybody lies, most of the time. Age, height, weight, likes, dislikes, political affiliations, nationality, wealth. It's an index of affectation, sleight of hand, misdirection. Misdirection was my original idea for a drag tribute act to One Direction. That's not true. But it could be. If you're going to lie, don't get caught. That's what Merlin says. The devil's in the detail, isn't it? I mean, you can't just rock up looking like a nobody, nothing. Got to be distinctive, make an impression. Butterflies in the stomach and that, hands sweating, humming to myself. I'm not humming, I smell fine, I think. Yeah, fine. Right, okay. What am I going to wear? There's that excited feeling too. Anticipation. A first date, any first date, is an awful lot of a lie, but also it's magic, pure magic, divine intervention. Tell you what, swap out the old chicanery and sell me something interesting. Play proper, no hocus pocus, not a drop. Give me bandwidths, give me cheeky chattering chat-up lines, humming with double meaning, signals that fly like birds, murmurations and mutterings in the air. Free Wi-Fi? Yeah, why not? Code class, a mystically appropriate number of Instagram followers, still suitably sizable, and pics, and pics, and pics, and pic me. Find a face, say hi, or hello, or maybe a bouncy hiya, send message, and wait. Replies coming, it's a coming, a light all aflutter, he's typing, mutter, mutter, mutter. Waiting, on edge, alert, alert to the whispers on the streets. And what do they say? That I know everything. Special kind of wizard, me. I'm Merlin. Tell you what, you want to mess up a kid? Call him Merlin. There's no good Merlins anymore, except the barman off First Dates. Would you shut up about first dates? If he wants a date, he needs to stand out. No tepid Tinder for him in this cruel, unromantic world. Need a fire in your belly. Need some good opening lines. What is the fourth highest grossing film of 1994? What do most superheroes wear? Where are their eyes that don't see? And what was the titular item of the last Legend of Zelda game to be released on Nintendo 64 at the dawn of the new millennium? Here's a clue. It's all the same answer. If you want your profile to stand out, you need some good opening questions, preferably quirky ones, and maybe throw in a joke like, is that a gun in your pocket or are you just happy to see me? Actually, it's an aubergine. Plus, all the usual shite. Mask for mask, masculine. No pics, no chat lads, it's no apostrophe. 2020, no excuse. Capital X, not two. Number 2. Have some, spelled like come, pics, pictures. Oh, and if I wanted to see a dick straight away, just look at my own, thanks. Lowercase x. That's that. A few pilfered photos, and we're good to go. Except, it's not that easy. There is an art to catfishing. A magical art. Let's turn to Martin and his Grindr game before I came along. What he used to say was, I love first dates. The TV show, not the activity. New to this, so be gentle. I guess in terms of what I'm actually looking for, I don't know, I mean, I'd like to meet somebody, a guy, right? That's why I'm here. What am I looking for? And some other ponderous guff. Let's get a better picture of him. This, for the moment, is Martin. He's not in the best place right now. He's kind of lost his image. But we can change that. A little bit of gym work. There we go. Now, he's a fan of roleplay, aptly enough. As a child, he loved Harry Potter, could ream off every single character, every bit of trivia and ephemera. I myself cannot think of anything worse. Today is his birthday. What age are you? Doesn't matter. Everyone lies about their age. Talking of which, these are Martin's stats. His bio is basic. 24, cis man, single, verse, as in versatile, which he's not. Actually, total 100% top, but best to keep the options open. Where are we? Verse, 69.9 kilograms. Toned, a downright fib, that one, first of many. Toned, 175 centimetres. Height, obviously. And then a subsection, looking for. Chat, dates, networking, friends, relationships, and right now. Never really understood why most dating apps have a networking option, but there you go. Along with that smattering of impersonal, improbable information, which no one will probably read, there are a few pictures. All of them of me. Should have said, I am the catfish, or more precisely, the bait. As in, I am the person, the personification of the person Martin wants to be, the better him achieved through pretending to be somebody else. Except, it's not somebody else, is it? Because that poor fucker's got no idea that they, visually, have been filched, image crime, and we don't know how they sound or who they are, and all the while they, virtually, in the truest sense of the word, have been spliced with all manner of appendages and add-ons stolen from other people too, so that it's a melee of fictions and lies, all hovering in the air, right there, between the actuality, the reality that is our Martin, and you, the conned, the lied to. So yeah, that's me, Merlin. I'm not even entirely sure why I'm Northern Irish, but I've settled on it now, though. Existentially, it's all quite wobbly. Thing is, you have no idea how much I long for a real life. It's so dull being cooped up in messages tucked into the spaces between things. I don't blame Martin for catfishing, I blame the system. Well, no, I blame Martin, but you've got to admit he's the product of a pretty fucked up system. What's a boy to do when somebody actually bites? Hello. Just a nibble. Toe the line. What's the catch? A nudge of credulity and someone quite pretty, and the whole world opens up for Martin. He's used a fake name and a face not his own, but that little kick of the phone in his pocket, it's the buzz of possibility. And as unlikely and untenable as it is, he can't help but be lulled. It's attention-seeking, needy, need-me, lovely, gushing stuff, all those busy endorphins that the strum of a phone can induce. And the shout goes up, I am not alone, I am wanted. Or at least I am, because I'm the one fronting the operation, the con man, who's not man, or matter for that matter, but pure ethereal cyber stuff, stardust without the shimmer. Someone's message back, simmer down, Martin, enough now, you've had your fun, don't reply, hi, fuck's sake! I know I shouldn't do it, I know it's stupid, but my phone buzzes and my thumb goes into overdrive, my face flushes, and suddenly I'm funny. With this style, this voice, line after line after line, like flash code and class patter. Not if your banter was Fanta, it couldn't be flatter, but fizzing. Today I'm bubbling over, full to the brim, and talking quite a lot about rimming. Not that I've done that, not done much, really. I guess most people consider me kind of funny, not ha-ha funny, just odd. But as Merlin, I'm actually proper funny. And then the chat gets all, no, more naughty and sexy, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and the phone fumbles, rumbles, and suddenly words aren't necessary anymore. And just as it seems to draw to a natural close, this guy on the other end, the man who's fallen for the lie, says, "Want to go for a drink?" Yes. This is going to be a disaster. What am I going to wear? There is a long and not so illustrious history to people refiguring their features, fingering the figures and fudging the facts in order to try for, well, a shag. It's temptation, pure and simple. In a world where you can have whatever you want at your fingertips, and what you want is everything. Merlin, me, I'm only a means to an end. I don't even know why, of all the names he could have chosen, he went for Merlin anyway. I'm a fan of fantasy. Wizards, dragons, all that shit. As a kid, I was obsessed with anything even vaguely magical. Dumbledore, Gandalf, Ged, Dungeons and Dragons, Doctor Who, and Merlin, especially Merlin, and everything that went with him. King Arthur, Excalibur, Camelot, the Round Table, and lots and lots and lots of hunky knights in armour. It starts in Cornwall, with Cornwall. See, the story goes something like this. Uther Pendragon has won the battle of something or other. And after a quick spot of head chopping, now all that stands in his way, from ascendancy to the throne of England, Wales too, maybe France as well, there's a lot of overlap. To be honest, I'd need to go back to the Wikipedia article. Anyway, he, once crowned, is King Uther. And the first thing he presides over, all kingly, is a lavish birthday party for himself, packed to the gills with handsome people and crumpets. Man's never been to a party in his life. At the party, Uther spies for the first time the Lady Igraine, wife to the Duke of Cornwall, and, as is the way, falls totally in love. I'll take over from here, because what happens next? Pretty fucking weird. Uther is indeed hard up for the Lady Igraine, while she, because she has her wits about her, wants to keep as far away from him as possible. That is where my namesake is brought into the picture. The king asks Merlin to make the Lady Igraine fall in love with him. "No can do," says Merlin. "I can bewitch, bother, and bewilder, but I cannot be going around making people fall in love." "Fuck," says Uther. "Can I at least sleep with her?" "Aye, why not," says Merlin. Deeply problematic cultural heritage. Merlin pauses. "There will be a child," he says, "and that child is mine to raise as I see fit, away from the likes of you. He will be king, he will be a good king." A plan that goes a bit awry a few years later when King Arthur accidentally shags his half-sister and sires his own mortal enemy. Merlin knocks up a rough concoction, and Uther travels to Tintagel Castle, inhabiting the exact guise of Lord Cornwall, sleeps with Lady Igraine, and that's that. All's bad that ends worse. The moral of this story is, love is complicated, or men are bastards. He seems pretty sound, this guy. What? The guy I've been chatting to. Me? You mean me? The guy I've been chatting to? What? Reply, swipe, reply, and I wonder if he wouldn't mind, the look of me once he'd met me, got to know me. Could have a question or two about the fact you're fake. Yeah, I know, but... And now, through some lapse of logic and sense, there's definitely a date on the cards. A bar, some drinks, all nice and easy, except for the fundamental issue: he's not who he says he is. There's a voice in my head that says, just go for it. How bad can it be? So in gear I get and head out, head full of mist. Can't resist the pull of the play, the game. Doesn't know who he is anymore. The very facts of him are up for grabs. Swap a number here, a word there. He's a walking, talking fiction growing fainter with every step, like Marty McFly or Ginny Weasley. He's unmade himself, making way for me. Feel a bit funny, frantic, panicky, yet feet keep pounding the pavement, no turning back, no way I can pass off how I'm definitely not him. Feel dissipated, too thinly spread. It's like hysterical historical people who thought a photo could capture your soul, stolen away in a flash. All the particular parts of me are picked apart. Pixelated, privatised privates. Everyone is watching. He's arrived. I've arrived at the agreed meeting point, a pub. North of town, nondescript. I'm here, I message. Disaster. I'm inside. He takes a seat. Trying to avoid the feeling of eyes on me. My feet kick at the ground. My date's not here yet. On his way though, a message told me so. I love first dates. You spend so much time pretending to be somebody else, it's hard to remember who's who anymore. And I start to wonder why I'm doing this. All the ringing in my ears and the frantic feelings tear away, and it's just me here alone. No mouth at my ear, no one. Only the realness of this moment, the wood grain of the table, the heavy tumbler full of drink that burns, the lights so low, shadows on the walls, and me, thick and lumbering and hot. Not he so hot, but head cold, thick and vivid, unpleasant, undreamt of. The reality of me is sinking in, sick with fear. Fuck. He's here.
Thank you very much, Ross Wiley! Big virtual round of applause. Put your claps down on the comments. Do it. Do it now. Clap. Applaud. Cheer. You know. Personally, I've never been catfished and I've never catfished another person, but I think the moral we can all take from that story is just be yourself. Be your authentic self, you know. But thank you very much, Ross Wiley. Yes, thank you, Titty Glitter Dance. Clap, clap, clap. Whoop, claps. Evil Evie 88. What a username. That's cracking. And thank you, Owen. I think Hedy Aroma said that they had been to Cornwall before, and then they were asking, who's taking me? You know, I will take you. Let's go. Let's go to Cornwall. Have a little adventure, you know. Literally, DM me after the show. Let's go to Cornwall. Love it. But yes, loads of great feedback for Ross. Stunning. It was so good. Very well deserved. Fantastic work. Really good work. Now, one thing that I have forgotten to mention, I mean, you all know anyway, but one thing I've forgotten to mention is today is Queer Theory's 4th birthday. I know, right? I performed at the very first Queer Theory, and it is insane how much it's grown. As you can see right now, how much I've grown. And one thing I thought that could be really nice to do is to let's all sing happy birthday, you know? And don't just pretend, let's all sing happy birthday. But let's all sing happy birthday, I think in the style of Marilyn Monroe, just because I think that that's fitting for what we're going to do. So I'll begin it, you know, I'll start it. And let's all sing a big collective happy birthday for Queer Theory in the style of Marilyn Monroe. So, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, Marilyn Monroe. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Queer Theory. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Thank you so much, Marilyn. And thank you so much to Daniel for zooming in on my face and letting everyone see how poorly I have applied glitter to my eyes. I am not a makeup artist. I'm not a makeup queen. I'm not a look queen. I'm not a comedy queen. I'm not an acting queen. I'm not even a queen. So, you know, that's where I'm going to get off. So is everyone got a drink? If you do drink. If not, you know, have a banana. Eat that banana. I might play Fluffy Bunny with it later. But I do think it's called Chubby Bunny. I don't know. Maybe it's a regional thing. I don't know. Anyway, so let me just scroll down right here. So next, it's, oh my god, yeah, Hedy Aroma is right. It's the Queen's birthday today as well. And, or was it yesterday? I can't remember. But I think we can all agree on that none of us give a shit. All right? So, let's move on. Next up, we've got a very, very special guest for you. Sometimes known as Cat Riley, but tonight is being known as Father Daddy. So please, everybody give a big virtual round of applause to Father Daddy! Woo, 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 woo.
I need a miracle. I need
Big round of applause again for Father Daddy! Bam, 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 bam! Yeah, that really was the miracle that I really needed. As Shrek 666 said, our Lord and Saviour, the only Lord and Saviour that we need. And, you know, there was that. Oh, yeah, also DDY Dog might start going to church. Me too. I'll come with you. What church are we going to? You know? I mean, well, I definitely want to go to that church. Whatever that is. So, amen, everybody. And let's make sure that we're all enjoying the blood of Christ at this time. So, not had many ideas for performances on that front. Well, we did have one idea. I think it was from Owen about FaceTiming a celebrity, mainly because Gaga's been doing that quite a lot. Don't have a lot of celebrities saved in my phone book, but I am quite familiar with Tracy Emin, who was one of the artists of the YBA back in the 90s, and she's a millionaire now and a Tory. So I don't know, maybe I'll get in touch with her. Maybe she'll make an appearance later on. Another thing that I did think about, and I'll just put the vibe out there to see if you want it, is well, now that I'm all done up like this, like a Sam Smith backup dancer, maybe I could do some interpretive dance on the couch. I don't know. To Sam Smith. I don't know. So I'll mull that all over and see what your comments are like. Well, we've got some very good support for Trace. Teddy Glitter Dance would love to see her. Hedy Aroma, yes, Trace. Teddy Gaylord, Little Wine, yes. That is so true. Little Wine. But this ain't £3 Little Wine. This is the good stuff, because I don't have time in my life to be drinking shit wine, you know. I don't want to drink just water with sugar. But I always get the ones that have animals on them, like this really lovely silhouette of a bird. Really interesting work, because I don't know, that kind of makes me just feel a bit fancy. So yeah, so we've got the options of, you know, Tracy Emin coming in for a bit, or some interpretive dance on the couch, or both. I don't know. Also, I just want to do this again, and I want to get some praise for it. See how straight I can get this leg. See, like this comes in handy, if you know what I mean. Of course you know what I mean. You're all a bunch of queers. So, Dee Fronin, I met one of Sam Smith's backup dancers once. Baby, you're meeting one now. Look at me. And Sam Smith, you know, they're Sam Smith. All right. So, but thank you. It's done. Anyway, so we're now going to move on. It's not all about me. It's not all about me. But anyway, I hope you've got your drink of choice, your beverage, your sustenance after that performance. So next up, we've got a very, very exciting act. I love this person a lot. Got a lot of love for them. And I think if you enjoy swamps, if you enjoy bedtime stories, I think you're really, really going to enjoy this next piece of work. So everybody, please give a big virtual round of applause again for Story Time with Shrek 666! Woo, 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 woo.
Hello. And welcome to my bedroom. Tonight I will be doing something a little different.
So, we're going to pause right there. Not because we don't love Shrek 666, but we need to caption that performance because we need to be accessible. Despite the fact that I do not have an interpreter with me right now and I'm not captioned. Sorry. But we are going to just get that video up for you now. And then... What? Right, lovely. Well, okay, so, sorry, I just had someone speaking in my ear there. Turns out it's all good. The first minute is not captioned, but the rest of it is. So, let's give an even bigger round of applause this time, maybe with our legs, to Shrek 666! Woo, 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 woo!
Hello. And welcome to my bedroom. Tonight I will be doing something a little different. I'm going to be reading to you from these dulcet tones some excerpts from The Topics of Capricorn by Henry Miller, which I've currently been reading, which I'm not sure if I'm enjoying or not, and I don't think anyone will particularly enjoy this, but I'm gonna give it to you. It has made me think a bit about what's been going on, if I wasn't thinking about that already. Anyway, this is live, so in true cabaret style, I'm also having a little wine. Cheers. So sit back, relax. Exhale. I wanted metamorphosis. A changed vestal Levian to destroyer. I wanted the earth to open up, to swallow everything in one engulfing yawn. I wanted to see the city buried fathoms deep in the bosom of the sea. I wanted to sit in a cave and read by candlelight. I wanted the eye extinguished so that I may have the chance to know my own body, my own desire. I wanted to be alone for 1,000 years. Roy Hamilton, I need you. I need you for one moment, just one little moment while I'm falling apart. I need you because I was not quite ready to do what I have said. And do I not remember you're telling me that it was unnecessary to make the trip, but do if I must? Why didn't you persuade me not to go? To persuade was never his way, and to ask advice was never my way. So here I am, bankrupt in the desert, and the bridge was real and it's behind me, and what is unreal is before me, and Christ only knows I am so puzzled and bewildered that if I could sink into earth and disappear, I would do so. Things happen, or they don't happen. That's all. Nothing is accomplished by sweat and struggle. Nearly everything which we call life is just insomnia and agony because we've lost the habit of falling asleep. The city grows like a cancer. I must grow like a sun. The city heats deeper and deeper into the red. It is insatiable white louse which must die eventually of annihilation. I am going to starve the white louse which is eating me up. I am going to die as a city in order to become again a man. Therefore, I close my ears, my eyes, my mouth. I wanted to feel the blood running back into my veins, even at the cost of annihilation. I wanted to shake the stone and light out my system. I wanted the dark vicinity of nature, the deep well of the worm's silence. I wanted to be the night which the remorseless I illuminated. A night disappeared with stars and trailing comets. To be of night, so frighteningly silent, so utterly incomprehensible and eloquent at the same time. Never more to speak or to listen or to think. The world of men and women are making merry in the cemetery grounds. They are having sexual intercourse. Goldblood. And I am alone in the land of fucks. One thing is certain, that when you die, you are resurrected, you belong to Earth, and whatever is of Earth is yours. You become an anomaly of nature, a being without shadow. You will never die again, but only pass away like the phenomena about you. It was never anything but chaos. It was fluid which enveloped me, which I breathed in, through the gills. In the substance where the moon shone steady and opaque, I was smooth and fedicating. Above it was a jungle and a discord. In everything I quickly saw the opposite. The contradiction. The paradox. Between the real and the unreal, the irony. I was my own worst enemy. There was nothing which I wished to do which I could just not as well not do. There was nothing I wished to do which I could just as well not do. There was nothing which I wished to do which I could just as well not do. Even as a child, when I lacked for nothing, I wanted to die. I wanted to surrender because I saw no sense in struggling. I felt that nothing would be proved, sustained, added or subtracted by continuing an existence which I had not asked for. Everybody around me was a failure, or if not failure, then ridiculous. Especially the successful ones. The successful ones bored me to tears. I was sympathetic to a fault, but it was not sympathy that made me so. It was purely negative quality. A weakness which had blossomed to the mere sight of human misery. I never helped anyone expecting it would do me any good. I helped because I was helpless to do otherwise. But to change the condition of affairs seemed futile to me. Nothing would be altered. I was convinced, except by a change of heart. And who could change the hearts of men? Now and then a friend was converted. It was something to make me big. I had no need for God than he had of me. And if there were one, I often said to myself, I would meet him calmly and spit in his face. I would meet him calmly and spit in his face.
That was really amazing work. Thank you so much to Shrek666. I think we should give, a big virtual round of applause. Again, I really love for everyone to be commenting that, to be sending that out into the universe. So some of you might have noticed that Craig isn't here anymore, and that's because he was suggested to FaceTime one of his celebrity friends. And even though he doesn't know any A-list celebrity friends, he does know me, and my name's Tracy Emin. For those of you who aren't familiar with my work, even though I can't imagine why you wouldn't be, I'm an artist, but a lot of my work doesn't really sit in the category of art. It more extends that. I think of my art as something that is spiritual, something that extends beyond this plane, something that goes beyond beds, goes beyond couches, goes beyond living rooms, goes beyond lockdowns, because quite frankly, you can't lock down art, and you can't lock down a spiritual experience. But I'd just like to kind of contribute something to the evening, I suppose, and that's to kind of think about the role of art in our lives. And I think that Dean at Queer Theory has actually done something really amazing and really good and really strong, and it is something that kind of provides a platform for a lot of queer artists to be doing work. And even though myself, I'm not queer, I've got a lot of gay friends. I've got so many of my fans are fantastic gay men, and they love me. And I suppose one thing that really what I'd like to kind of address is the fact that in times of crisis, the person that came to save me was art. And I think that that's something to do, you know, with everybody. You know, when I was in a global pandemic, who came to save me? Art. When I was in the hospital getting my appendix out, who came to save me? Art. When I went to go and pick oranges in the south of France, who came to save me? Art. When that man that I was texting, you know, left me, just walked out the door, left me, slammed and packed their bags and walked out the door, who came to save me? Art. When I did my first performance at Queer Theory 4 years ago, and I was really, really nervous, and I was really, really young and really naive, and actually I kind of look back, it's been embarrassing, but who came to save me? Art. When a bunch of queer people were in Nice and Sleazy's in the basement, and they really wanted a place that they felt belonged to them, who came to save them? Art. And I think that that is a really interesting kind of angle to come from. So, you know, anyway, enough about me. I mean, I know that I've got a lot of time to talk about myself, and it's true, you know, I've got a massive ego, but I'm not vain. So I'm just gonna go to these instructions that I've kind of been given by Craig to kind of take you through the evening. And also, just to say, this is quite a big night for me. This is actually one of the biggest nights of my quarantine career. I've actually just had a film screened on YouTube. It started at 7 o'clock, but I couldn't actually watch it because I was setting up for this. Well, Craig was setting up for this, but I was kind of helping him out. So if you want to go and see that, go on to Scotty's YouTube channel and you can see my new piece of video work. But anyway, I digress. Next up, we're going to see the first video that was supposed to play at the beginning by the amazing Eve Jeffrey. Now, Eve was she was supposed to be kind of making her way to the living room by now, but because the wrong video got played, she never actually got round to going to the living room yet. She was kind of already in it, but now what we're going to see is the kind of backdrop of that, you know, the kind of shadowing or the lines or the kind of, you know, rule of thirds, Oshka Koshka kind of behind that. And so what I'd like to do, and what it would give me great pleasure to do, is to welcome some much deserved comedy by the amazing Eve Jeffrey. And just a little content warning that this comedy actually might contain mentions, well, it does contain mentions of violence, so if you're feeling a little bit sensitive, you might want to tune out. But it really gives me great pleasure to welcome to the virtual world Eve Jeffrey. Everybody give a big round of applause for her. Come on.
We'll meet again, don't know when, oh. But I actually don't want to meet you again, because you're a bit of a dick. Right, I've got that and those. Oh, it's recording. Hello. Sorry, a little bit flustered. Might have to edit this a bit. Might as well crack on now. My name's Eve Jeffrey, and I'm going to be doing some poetry just to lift the spirits during lockdown for Queer Theory Cabaret. Yeah. Just ignore that for the moment, and well, just ignore it totally. I think we all go a little bit crazy, don't we, under lockdown? Oh, Maybe I should just explain that, just so you're not worried or anything like that, because I do want to lift the mood a little bit. Basically, I'm under strict quarantine. I can't go out at all because of my medical condition. I can go down to the communal garden, and I can loiter in the stairwell of this block if I want, and that's pretty much it. Although, interestingly, a couple of days ago, my consultant called me and she said, Eve, you might be able to take a 5-minute walk outside, but you mustn't meet anyone. Because if you catch the virus, it could have very, very serious implications. Well, you know, that's not very encouraging, is it? I mean, you know, sometimes I might fancy a packet of hula hoops or something, but I don't want to die going to get them, and that would just be stupid. So I'm pretty much locked in here. But I've taken that opportunity to really reinvent myself as a kind of good Samaritan figure. You know, not quite Florence Nightingale, but close, I'd say. Yeah, so what I'm doing is a checkup service. And what that means is I'm going around this block and just tapping on doors to see if the other residents are okay. Because, you know, I know what it's like to be lonely and so on. You know, we can chat. I can ask them if they need anything. Not that I can go and get it or anything like that. But I think the idea is really that I'm kind of reaching out to the wider community. You know, we don't have to talk about anything intimate. I'm definitely not going to ask them questions about their sex life or anything like that. No, it's just reaching out, really. And it's funny because I was on social media the other day and someone was commenting, well, we don't know what day it is anymore. And I kind of think it's more than that. More than that, I think it's we don't know what time it is anymore. You know, we don't care. And so my checkup service is pretty much 24/7. So sometimes I'll go down like 3 or 4 in the morning, just do the rounds, make sure everyone's fine. Because I think it's at that time that people get the loneliness, you know, that really starts. But anyway, just, I suppose I'm the lady of the lamp. Or in my case, lady with the MP12 tactical flashlight that, ironically, I got on the dark web. That was my only joke, yeah. But anyway, to get back to this, yeah, this nonsense. Basically, there is an older resident living here by himself, Cecil, and he's in his late 70s, I'd say, and we're on nodding terms. We're not really friends, but you know, I used to call him Grandpap until he asked me to not do that. Anyway, so I go down to check up on Cecil this afternoon, and I say, Cecil, do you need anything? And he says, yes, toilet paper. Well, you know, I went up to my flat just to have a look to see what I got, and went into the bathroom, you know, and I see that I've only got 1 roll left, and it's Charmin Ultra, you know, the good stuff. So I'm kind of thinking, what do I do? And then I spot a roll of kitchen towel next to my bed. So I think, well, Cecil's old. He probably won't notice the difference. So I take the kitchen towel down to him and I say, Cecil, this is all I've got. Will this do? And he kind of grunts. And I say, you know, I'm using that too. Not that particular roll, but, you know, it's tough times. I hope that's okay. And then this weird thing happens, right? Cecil fixes me with this piercing glare, and he says, Eve, are you sure you don't have any toilet paper? Right? And it's like it's almost like a Twilight Zone moment. You know, I can almost hear that music. You know, the do 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 do. No, that's not it. Anyway, that's not important. I'm scared, you know, so I say no, and I kind of make a retreat, get up into my flat. My nerves are kind of a little bit shaky, so I decide to pour myself a cheeky half pint of that, what's it called? The stuff with the bird on the bottle. Famous Grouse, yeah. So I sit down with my cheeky little half and I start supping away when there's this almighty banging on the door. So I go to it, open the door, and it's Cecil, right? And he's looking at me with murder in his eyes and he says, "You've got toilet paper," right? And I'm really scared by this time, but I was about to say something and he barges his way in, right? Makes a beeline for the bathroom. So I rugby tackle him. Cecil goes down and he gets up very quickly and he looks into my bathroom because the door's open and he sees the roll of toilet paper and he makes for it. He grabs it and holds it aloft triumphantly and says, "Ah, I knew it. Charmin Ultra, you gay fucker." And I'm like, oh, there's no need for that. I mean, you know, we can be civil about this. There's no need to bring my sexuality into it. I mean, really. But he's not finished, right? He then knees me hard in the groin. Now, it's lucky I've had the operation because, you know, 3 years ago, that would have been a different story, I can tell you, but it still hurts, right? But still he's not finished with me. He grabs my ankle and drags me right in here into the lounge and he forces me up against this door here, right? And then with one hand, he starts to throttle me. And then as he's throttling me, oh, that's not enough for Cecil. He starts to push his thumb into my eye like that, right? I don't know if you've seen that in the movies, but it actually bloody hurts. And I'm like gasping and I scream, "Grandpap, you know, I think you're probably closer than 2 meters. But he doesn't stop. And so with my strength ebbing away, I lash out like this and my fingers brush against this statuette. It's bronze I've got, like of a cat prancing, and it's got a top hat in one hand and a cane in the other, and it's quite heavy, but I grab it and my arm whips backwards, right? And I hear this crunch and then Grandpap is down. Yeah, you know, and so I've got to deal with this, and something's reacting with the paint. I'm getting this sort of yellow thing here, and the irony is that I'm actually having to use my last roll of Charmin Ultra to clean it all up. The gods are cruel, aren't they? Anyway, the thing I'm most worried about really is my landlord, because, you know, he's very picky, and if that stain doesn't come out, you know, I'm in the doo-doo, I can tell you. He once caught a mate of mine having a cigarette out the window and he had an absolute thrombo. So I'm probably going to get the old hairdryer treatment for that. And then there's the issue with Cecil too. I mean, I kind of think one of the pluses of this whole virus thing is that the crematoria are probably doing quite a brisk turnaround. I'm hoping that they're sort of skimping a little bit on the rules and regs, maybe. Anyway, sorry, that's taken up way too much time. I really wanted to get onto the poetry to cheer you up. So, in a moment, I think I'd like to just, you know, maybe have a hard reset and start with some poetry. And I think maybe we ought to relax a little bit, because this poem, it's quite gentle, it's quite seductive, dare I say, sexy. And so, will you join me on my sofa and maybe pour yourself a drink. Yeah, it doesn't matter what time it is, does it really? Because in lockdown, airport rules apply. Yeah. So I'll see you over there. Thank you. Oh, fuck!
Big round of a virtual applause for Eve Jeffrey! Once again! Woo, 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 woo! Get clapping in the comments, get clapping in the comments, get clapping in the comments. So, yeah, I guess what we chose to do there unintentionally was to play with narrative structure and, you know, maybe divvy up the narrative of her her work. So yeah, apologies again, Eve, but thank you for being so lovely about it. So we're coming near the end of the cabaret, and I say near. I don't mean that we are at the end. I mean we're near the end. Okay. Also, I'm really glad that my pal Tracy was able to come and share some stuff with you. She's been wondering about this flat for fucking ages, so I'm sure she had a lot to say. But yeah, so what I've decided to do is at the end of the evening, after our next performer, I'm going to do some interpretive dance, and I'm going to do some interpretive dance right here on the couch. And because I'm dressed up as a Sam Smith backup dancer, I'll probably do it to a Sam Smith song. So let me know if that's something you want to see. I mean, even if you don't want to see it, I'll most likely still do it. So, you know, but next up, we have some music for you all by a wonderful artist called Luki. So this is going to be the kind of the final act of the evening, apart from my stunning performance that's going to happen later on. Take your top off. Very good. Very good. Teddy Gaylord. Wow. Are you a comedian? Oh, God. Yes, and I'm very glad that he wants to see it. Yeah, do it.
I'm just here to find out everything I can and to force out of this situation as much emotion as possible.
Oops. This song is called Nine Thorny Thickets. It's by Peggy Lee. All this I was doing over a man in loneliness, going across the bare moor, and through the blind night, in the pitch of the darkness, lost from the high road, through many ridged fields, down slopes that were soggy, over stubble and furrow, with stumble and sorrow, through 9 thorny thickets, by ruined old forts, to the brow of the mountain, and missing the boys with their green habitation, whose hateful companions circled around me, a fighter betrayed in the thick of the battle. Hey, girl in the jail. Hey, girl in the jail. But worse than the fogs of all desolation were the spirits of evil circling around me, when my crossing and praying, my charming and rhymes are little avail. This took a long time, but at last I looked up, and there were the stars, like cherries they were, in the orchard of night, all yellow and red, all shiny and bright. The sparks of the bonfire for 70 saints, the gems of the host and the harness of heaven, the pickets of embers whose orbits are long, and wind cannot take them. Wind cannot take them. I stopped in my tracks. Look you, I said, this is over and done. He has got to be told. God forgive me the telling, I'll travel no more to the door of his dwelling. I'll travel no more through any such goings, or blunt my good axe on the face of the stone. The next song is a song I arranged for piano by Emily Bronte. It's called The Night Wind. one summer's mellow midnight, a cloudless moon shone through our open kitchen window, and the rose trees wet with dew. I sat in silence thinking, the soft wind waved my hair. It told me heaven was glorious and the sleeping earth was fair. I needed not its breathing to bring such thoughts to me, but still I whispered lowly how dark the woods will be. The thick leaves in my murmur are rustling like a dream, and all their myriad voices instinct with spirit seem. I said, go, gentle singer, your winged voice is kind, but please don't think its music has power to reach my mind. The wanderer would not leave me, its kiss grew warmer still. Oh, come, it sighed so sweetly, I'll win you against your will. Have we not been from childhood friends? Have I not loved you long as you have loved the night whose silence wakes my song? And when your heart is laid to rest beneath the churchyard stone, then I have time enough to mourn, and you to be alone. I must have a sip of water. remember how I would open my arms out wide, then they'd become the place. You'd sometimes come to guess I must have opened them out too wide in the middle of the night. I stood and waited for you to arrive. You thought that I was about to fly into the blue. My arms spread wide, you didn't know they were waiting just for you. Remain still, watching you. With my arms outstretched, that you would understand. Was kind of far-fetched, I guess. You left and left me standing with everywhere else to go. What I hold in my arms now is all I have to show. You thought that I was about to fly into the blue. My arms spread wide, you didn't know they were waiting just for you. You thought that I was about to fly into the blue. My arms spread wide, you didn't know they were waiting just for you. I nearly lost the plot there. after I've gone. I'll leave but I will not be found by anyone. A dot on a page in a radio wave. I am made up of more than the parts that you We tramped the open moorland in the rainy April weather and came upon a little inn that we had found together. The landlord gave us toast and tea and stopped to share a joke. And I remember firelight. I remember firelight. I remember firelight. And you remember smoke. We ran about the meadow grass with all the harebells bending and shaking in the summer wind, a summer never ending. We wandered to a little stream among the river flats, and I remember willow trees. I remember willow trees. I remember willow trees. And you remember gnats. We strolled the Spanish marketplace at 90 in the shade, with all the fruit and vegetables so temptingly arrayed. And we can share a memory, as every lover must. And I remember oranges. I remember oranges. I remember oranges. And you remember dust. The autumn leaves are tumbling down, and winter's almost here. And through the spring and summertime, we laughed away the as one. When I had thought that we were but we were you and me.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. It's been a learning process, isn't everything? Every day, learning every day, trying to learn every day, trying to keep up, trying to keep moving. I have one recommendation for you, which is, drink lots of water all the time. Not only does it keep you hydrated, which is wonderful, it also keeps you moving up and down to the toilet all day, which is really, really good. Keep moving. Take care. Goodbye.
Give it up for Lukey! Woo, 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 woo! I want to see big, big, big claps left in the chat box. Come on. That ending was just really, really something for me to think about as well. Drink more water, you know. So we have reached almost the end of our evening, but I just thought that I would, since I'm all dressed up in my gear, you know, I just thought I'd maybe contribute something to the evening. I have had almost a bottle of wine, little wine, as was pointed out by Teddy Gaylord. And what I'm now going to do for you is something that I actually did at the last Queer Theory that I hosted, where I kind of reimagined this Sam Smith music video for you all. But I did that with an audience participant, and due to these unprecedented times, I'm not able to do that. So I thought I'd just kind of revisit that and just try and do some interpretive dance for you all on my couch, right there. So, but before I do that, one thing that I want to do is I want to just plug again the PayPal, which will appear right here. So yeah, paypal.me/queertheory, and you'll see Dean Cargill's name, Cargill, you know, whatever, however bougie you want to pronounce it. But all of the money that gets donated will be split evenly amongst all of the performers, and it would be really amazing if you could do that during these unprecedented times that we face now. So if you can do that, that would be amazing. And while you do that, why not enjoy some interpretive dance from me, your wannabe dancer? Okay, so one last swig of wine. Let's go. Let's see what happens.
I'm done hating myself for feeling. I'm done crying myself away. I gotta leave and start the healing. just wanna stay. But what have I become? Looking through your phone, oh no, love to you is just a game. Look what I have done, tallying up the numbers, oh yeah, I don't want my heart to break. Baby, how do you sleep when you lie to me? All that shame and all that danger, I'm hoping that my love will keep you up tonight. Baby, how do you sleep when you lie to me? All that fear and all that pressure, I'm hoping that my love will keep you up tonight. Tell me, how do you love will keep you up tonight? Tell me, how do you? Oh no, how did I manage to lose me? I am not this desperate, not this crazy. There's no way I'm stick around to find out. I won't lose like that, I won't lose myself. Look what I have done, tallying up the numbers, oh yeah, I don't want my heart to break. Baby, how do you sleep when you lie to me? All that shame and all that danger, I'm hoping that my love will keep you up tonight. Baby, how do you sleep when you lie to me? All that fear and all that pressure, I'm hoping that my love will keep you up tonight. Tell me, how do you? Love will keep you up tonight. Tell me, how do you? Love will keep you up tonight, baby. How do you see when you lie to me? All that shame and all that danger, I'm hoping that my love will keep you up tonight, baby. How do you sleep when you lie to me? All that fear and all that pressure, I'm hoping that my love will keep you up tonight. Tell me, how do you?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, I'm not going to do that again. Fucking hell. See, that's what happens when you are a dancer who doesn't train and doesn't keep a practice. So, thank you very much for everybody who hopefully is watching the dance, you know. So, I'm so fucking out of breath. So that's us at the end of this really amazing, wonderful queer cabaret. Once again, gonna fucking hell, I'm so out of breath. I need to stop smoking. Once again, gonna plug the PayPal, which is right here, and yeah, if you could donate any money for that kind of work that you just saw, and all of the other work that you saw, and that Tracy saw as well. Yeah, I've just had a request for, you know, having a bit of Tracy back in our lives, so I'll just invite her back. Yeah, thank you for inviting me back, Craig. It's been really interesting work that I've seen tonight. And I think that what this cabaret kind of thing has done for me is it has really uplifted my sense of art and uplifted my sense of kind of what performance can be. You know, I've been performing my entire life, but really what really feels present is the fact that performance doesn't have to be live, and that if it is live, it can happen through a screen, even though, you know, that isn't exactly what we all want right now. And obviously, you know, the insane desire that I have for you right now is I want to see you in person. You know, I'm really, really, really want to see that work. And you know, there's the PayPal again, and if you could please pay something, you know, even just £1 to the artist. Back in the day, you know, probably about 1994, I actually went round and I wrote letters to everyone that was really interested in my art, and I just asked them for a tenner, and they all gave me a tenner, and I was able to make my work. So, you know, it is possible to be successful and to you know, become a millionaire, and you know, and a Tory. So I know that personally I'm going to be opening my purse, as Titty Glitter Dance said, to contribute to this work, because I really want to see this work really develop into the future. And you know, I just also, while I'm here, I'd quite like to just plug my own work, that if you've really enjoyed what you've seen tonight of me, then you can, well, first of all, you can follow me on Instagram, because my Instagram handle is actually _Craig Manson _. You know, I use his Instagram. That's _Craig Manson _. You know, Manson like the son of man, you know, and he's a raving puff. And I've also got a film that's been premiering on YouTube tonight, and it actually happened at 7 o'clock as part of Scotty's DIY program. So if you want to see a 10-minute film of me, Tracy, you know, being in lockdown and kind of, you know, getting up to what I get up to in lockdown, go and check that out. You can check that out on YouTube if you just look up Scotty, and that's Scott with 2 T's and 2 E's. You know, really interesting work. But anyway, I really hope that you've had a really enjoyable evening, and I really wish you all the best, and I hope that you stay safe, and I hope you stay healthy, and if you don't, well, you know, all the best to you. But I'd really like to see you all in person as well. So hopefully in the near future, we'll all see each other and we'll be reunited again. Because let's not forget that during a global pandemic, who was there for me? Art. All right, I'll see you all later. It's been a pleasure chatting to you all and hosting this night. I hope you have a really lovely evening. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Des parfums, l'âme.